Hello, my loves, and welcome back to another video. It's Ash. Sorry, my earring's bothering me. Look at my makeup, you guys. Isn't it cute? Super cute. I just did a tutorial on this look, so that should be up before this video, so you can go and watch that next, if you choose, of course. If you're new here, welcome. Hello, nice to meet you. I'm Ash. I hope you decide to subscribe so that way you can come back for more videos. And if you're not new here, thank you so much for coming back for another video. So today's video, I wanted to do a what to watch on Netflix, and you guys are gonna hear my honey in the background because all we do is watch movies. So kind of like a horror movie kind of girl. I like scary stuff. I like watching creepy thrillers, like you name it, okay? I freaking love the thrills, the chills, everything, okay? So first one on my list is called Chloe. So I have my iPad here. So it's called Chloe. This one is a trip. It says, suspecting her husband of infidelity, Catherine hires sexy Chloe to test his faithfulness. Soon the relationships between all three of them intensify. And when I tell you, I was just kind of like watching random things because, you know, I was over everything that I'd already wanted to watch. So I started looking for new movies, right? I came across this one. It was in like the horror section or like the thriller. And dude, it was a trip. Like the wife seriously like watches her from her window at work or something from her office every day. And so she kind of like knows who she is, but she doesn't know her name or what she does, whatever. But she's seen her come back like in the morning when this lady's getting to work. So she ends up running into her and she's like, hey, I think my husband's cheating on me. Can you do me a favor and like go and seduce him and see if he goes for it, right? So then she starts meeting up with her and telling her all of these freaking details about what her and her husband do. Like, I was hooked, okay? This is such a good watch. I'm not even kidding you, all right? Like, that's number one. The next one is Carrie. Oh my gosh, you guys. I was tripping out on this movie. I've seen I think there's like an original version before this one, and then there's this one, and then there's like another one. But this one specifically, I don't really deal well with bullying and with all of that messed up stuff that kids do to each other in school. I never experienced that when I was in high school, so watching it just kind of frustrates me and it really upsets me because it's just mean. It's like, it's sad, you guys. Everybody knows bullying is not okay. Not on the internet, not in person, not anything. So it kind of fucked with me a little bit, but then as you kind of get past that, it's a trip, okay? This movie is freaking dope. I kid you not. Like, karma's definitely a bitch because everybody got what they had coming to them fucking around with this little girl. But yeah, definitely worth the watch. It's super, I wouldn't say it's super gory. It's different and it's special, okay? But that's another horror one. I like that one. So this one is Legend. Oh my gosh, you guys. So Tom Hardy is twin brothers in this movie. So he plays a double part and he's a twin. And they're freaking psycho. The best thing about this movie is it's based on a true story, okay? So when I watched this and I found out that it was based on a true story, I was like, are you serious? These brothers are crazy. One of them is like certified psychopathic. Like he is a psycho, okay? And the other one is, so there's two brothers, it's Ronnie and Reggie. And so Ronnie is the psycho and then Reggie is kind of like the level-headed, but they're both gangsters. And oh my gosh, like it's a mixture. It's a combination of like love, action, a little bit of thriller, maybe like a touch of suspense, but it's definitely freaking crazy. It's wild. And it's such a good movie. And like when Babe was watching it, he was just like, what? He was shocked. He was shocked that he didn't find it. So yes, Legend for the win. All right, so this next video, I literally had to convince my boss like every single day to start watching this because I was tripping out and I was excited. So this one is A Fall from Grace. This is a Tyler Perry movie, and we all know Tyler Perry is bomb. And the description on this one, I'm sorry, I haven't been reading descriptions, but it says, when a gentle, law-abiding Grace confesses to killing her new husband, her skeptical young lawyer sets out to uncover the truth. A film by Tyler Perry. So it was such a good movie. It was such a thrill. It was so devious in so many ways. And it was just like, ooh, I need to watch more. Like, oh, I can't get away from it. Like, oh, I missed something. Rewind it. You know, it was such a good movie. And like the ending, I would say you have to make up your mind. You have to decide how you feel about the ending. Okay. So I'm going to just leave it there because I don't want to give everything away. But that was such a freaking good movie. Like, I don't know, like surprises left and right is all I could really say. So definitely worth the watch. If you haven't, if you've already watched it, let me know how much you loved it in the comments. Like, this movie was freaking cool. I thought it was dope. So there's that one. Final Destination. Okay, part 1 and 2 are my favorite. So they actually have 1, 2, and 3 on here, but 1 and 2, this is part 2. 1 and 2 are my absolute favorites. So in the first one, if you haven't seen Final Destination, in the first movie, he has like a premonition about the airplane that him and his classmates are about to get on to go to Paris. They're going on like their senior trip, and he has a premonition. Like, he goes through the whole movie and like it looks real. Okay, so he sits there and then the freaking plane explodes and he's like, oh my God. And he wakes up and then he realizes like, holy shit, like, it hasn't happened yet. And so he freaks out, he gets thrown off the plane, a few other people get thrown off with him, and then the plane actually fucking explodes, dude. Like, so at this point, he seems psychic, he seems like he caused it. So many things start happening. Okay, that's the first one. Watch it. Watch it, watch it. The second one, there's a pileup. So the same thing as like the first one. So the girl's sitting in the car. She has her homies with her. They're going on some kind of a trip and she's driving, and then they're waiting to get onto the freeway. So they're at like a stop sign to merge onto the freeway. And then, she watches this huge freaking pileup and everything, bodies everywhere. Everybody freaking dies right in front of her and her friends and everybody that's like behind her, because she's like, I'm not getting on the freeway. So after she wakes up, realizes that it's, you know, it's happening and everything. She saw her death, including, you know, everyone else's. So when she comes back or comes to and realizes like, oh my God, I was dreaming, or like I saw it happen, she freaks the fuck out. She does the same thing and she jumps out the car. I'm not gonna go. I'm staying, blah, 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 blah. And then the freaking pileup happens and a cop happened to be behind her. So she's trying to explain to the cop like, no, I saw it happen. He's like, ma'am, you need to chill the fuck out. And then boom, it all happens like right behind them, just like that. And so the same thing, they're like, what the fuck? Like, what is wrong with you? Like, did you really just like predict that or whatever? So that was fine. The third one is about a roller coaster. I thought it sucked. I hated it, so I'm not going to recommend it, but know that there's part 3 if you like watching, you know, trilogies, series. After that one, ooh, this one's good. Okay. This movie, come on. All right. This movie's called 13 Sins. Now, I kid you not. When I saw this movie for the first time, I was pacing in front of the TV. I was like, you've got to be kidding me. No, he's not going to do it. No, he's not going to do it. Are you serious right now? Like, oh my gosh. I could not stay sitting on the couch, okay? I'm so glad I didn't watch this in the theater, because I would have been a mess. Like, it's so exciting. It's so thrilling. It's like crazy from every corner and every aspect and every element, okay? This freaking guy is kind of like a pushover. I guess they're trying to get you to understand from like the way that the movie starts. So he's some kind of a pushover, like a loser. He's not like, you know, super strong, like macho man, I guess you would say. So he's engaged, his lady's gonna have a baby, and you know, they're hurting for money. So one day he's like driving in his car, has his brother, drops him off, and then all of a sudden like this phone that's not his phone starts ringing, and he's sitting in a stoplight. And so he answers and he's like, what the fuck? And they're like, hello, so-and-so. They know his first name, they know his last name, they know where he lives, they know all this information about him. And he's looking around like, what the fuck? And they're like, yeah, you're sitting at a street light right here on this, and that. And he's just like, whoa, like there's literally nobody on the road. There's nobody looking around. So he's tripping out. Well, they end up telling him like, hey, we'll pay you $1,000 to this account ending this at this bank. And if you end up killing this fly. So when they say how much, he goes, whoosh, and he like smashes the fly. And then he gets a text message that they gave the money to him. He got like a deposit. He had text messages, so they deposited the money. So he's like, what the fuck? And then they call him back, or I think he's still on the phone. But they're like, hey, okay, so now we're gonna up the money and we want you to eat the fly. And he's like, nah, I can't do that, or something like that. So he drives home, and then he ends up getting involved in like this game. It ends up being a game. And the more money that they pay you, the bigger the job or the task that they want you to do. And he ends up doing and breaking laws and doing the most. It is actually really fucked up, a lot of the stuff that he ends up having to do. But they have so many people involved in so many things that it just, I couldn't handle it. Okay, I literally had to like take a breath. Like, it was a trip. Okay, like, you guys have to watch it. Okay, it was super like, my heart was racing, I guess. You know, like if you really get into movies and you kind of like imagine like it's happening to you, if they make it really well, you start to panic with them. You start to like freak out and feel embarrassed for the people, or feel, you know, you're empathetic to whatever they're going through. So throughout this entire movie, my heart was pounding, and I'm just like, bro, don't. Like, no, are you serious? I can't believe you just did that. I can't believe you just did that. So, whew, worth a watch. That like shoots to number 1 before any other movie I recommended before this, okay? Next movie is Legion. So this one, I wouldn't say that I'm super religious, but I do have my beliefs, and I am steady in my faith on that. So this movie is kind of biblically involved, is, I guess that's how I would put it. I don't know how to say that, sorry. But the description says, a motley crew of apocalypse survivors living at an abandoned truck stop never suspects that the pregnant woman among them is carrying the Messiah. Basically what happens in this movie is there's a few people, there's like a truck stop in the middle of nowhere, and they're in like, there's like a cafe attached to it. So these people are inside and they're eating. There's people, the workers there, and then there's some people from out of town who had like broke down there and stuff. Well, in the middle of like out of nowhere, they're sitting there, and then they start hearing stuff like on the radio, like the TV starts acting funny, and then like this old lady shows up and she starts acting crazy, and then she like she fucking asks for raw meat, and it's just all kinds of stuff. Starts eating like just this bloody nasty piece of steak, and then she starts changing, like her eyes start turning black, her freaking teeth start getting sharp and everything, and like they sit there, and it's literally like the apocalypse, like the end of the world is happening right here and there, and all kinds of fucked up freaky stuff starts happening. People start showing up trying to kill them, trying to get to them, you know. And then, like I said, is there's like some biblical aspects into it, so they start incorporating, you know, like I believe there was bugs. I believe that there was bugs, like a whole storm of bugs or whatever. I don't even know. But it's definitely a good movie. I don't know if you're into that, but I was definitely into it. It's creepy. It's interesting. It's suspenseful. It's exciting. And it's definitely kind of dark, but it is a good movie. It is a really good movie. So that's one. The next movie is Monster-in-Law. This one is with J-Lo and Jane Fonda. It says an office temp thinks she's found Mr. Right when she starts dating a handsome surgeon, but there's a problem standing in the way of everlasting bliss. Hence the name. So basically Jennifer Lopez is super sweet, super cute, and she meets this guy who makes a lot of money, and you know, he's a doctor, he's a surgeon and all this stuff. Well, she's a temp, so she doesn't have like a permanent regular job. Like she just does jobs here and there and somehow manages to make it through the month. So when he takes her home to meet his mom, because, you know, he wants to introduce them. He's thinking about moving forward, maybe getting engaged, maybe getting married. So when he shows up with her, the mom loses her freaking mind. She does anything and everything possible to try to break them up because she doesn't think that J-Lo is good enough for her son and everything. And it's freaking hilarious the way that her and J-Lo kind of go back and forth. Like they fight it out throughout this movie, and it is great. Like it is so freaking great. So that's a pretty funny one, you know, trying to get away from like the scary and the evil. But that's a good one. Also, oh my gosh, this one we watched the other day, Hitch. Okay, now everybody, I don't care who you are, you guys all love Will Smith, okay? Hitch, you guys, is so freaking funny. I feel like there's not a person who hasn't seen this, but if you haven't, he sets people up. He meets with the men, teaches them how to fall in love with their ideal woman, the type of woman she is and everything. He bases all the information that he receives from the customer or the client and creates the perfect date and, you know, coaches them through everything. So it is so adorable. It is so adorable. And then he ends up, you know, falling in love himself. It is so cute. This one is Burlesque. Oh no, I don't know what happened. Burlesque. Okay, there it is. I freaking love it. Okay, so it says, after leaving Iowa with stars in her eyes, Allie arrives at a Los Angeles burlesque lounge with dreams of taking the stage with her soaring voice. So it's Christina Aguilera. She's the main character. And, you know, we all know she has pipes. She has a beautiful, beautiful, huge, powerful voice. So she ends up being a small town girl. She wants to leave and she wants to live a glamorous life outside of her small little town. She ends up leaving and she wants a glamorous life. She wants to live this flashy, beautiful life that she would never ever have in Iowa. So she takes a 1-ticket bus, gets to LA, and then she starts searching for a job. Well, she comes across this burlesque lounge and she just falls in love. She falls in love with the dances, the routines, the choreography, the outfits, the beautiful women, like everything. It's just, I was even in love. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is this is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. And so it's great to watch her kind of transform, and, you know, she kind of like throws herself into the club without even getting offered the job per se. She just starts working, and then, you know, she transitions, and it's a cute little story. Like, I love it, but there's great music, there's great choreography, there's great outfits and makeup. I live for that. So that's why I'm such a fiend for that movie, because everything is cute. Everything is cute. And yes, 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 girl, you need to watch that. Last one I'm going to finish off with is hilarious to me. I think it's funny. I think it's great. Some people might be uncomfortable. I don't know if you're like a homophobe or you're just weird about stuff like this. But this movie is called To Wong Fu. So basically it is John Leguizamo, Patrick Swayze, and Wesley Snipes. And they are drag queens. So it says 3 New York drag queens on their way to Hollywood for a beauty pageant get stranded in a small Midwestern town when their car breaks down. I've been watching this movie since I was younger. My mom loves this movie. I love this movie because it's just freaking hilarious. Like, how do you go from like Dirty Dancing Patrick Swayze to Patrick Swayze being like a beautiful ass woman, wearing makeup, wearing wigs, wearing dresses, heels, everything. It is such a flip. Like, it took me so long to like adjust because I only knew him from Ghost and Dirty Dancing, you know, and like Roadhouse and stuff. Like, he was everything opposite, just not even close. I would have never seen this role coming from him. And it is so funny watching him just be such a girly girl, such a like, you know, prissy, beautiful, like empowered woman. It's, oh my God. Then Wesley Snipes, okay? This motherfucker is dark, but he is so funny. He's super girly as well, but I can't even say it with a straight face, but watching him be in a dress, put on this makeup and these wigs and these different outfits, like, it blew my mind, and it was so funny. He got some long ass nails and he is serving up this feminism, okay? You gotta see it. Now, John Leguizamo, you guys might know him from The Pest. He's in that movie Chef on Amazon Prime. I think it might be on Netflix too. But he has been in so many different movies. But The Pest, I think, is my favorite where he's in. But he really, really looks like a freaking girl in this. He's Latina. And he has... the way he looks with his makeup, with his hair and everything, he dead ass looks like a bitch, you guys. He looks like a straight up fucking Latino woman. And he is cute. He is so cute. And his accent, the way he carries himself, his name is Chi-Chi in this movie. I can't, okay? And they go through some shit trying to get to like a beauty pageant, trying to be beautiful. So I enjoyed it. I laughed. I thought it was great. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I tried to give you guys just kind of like, in my opinion, some good movies to watch. So we had some thriller, we had some cutie girl stuff, we had some funny, awkward, whatever, but you take your pick. I hope you guys, if you haven't seen this and you decide to watch some of these movies, I hope you enjoy them. I hope you like it. I love it. And I enjoyed making this video for you guys. I'm going to have a few more like this coming out, so you guys stay tuned. But if you did like this video, please go ahead and give me a thumbs up. If you're not subscribed to my channel, you need to subscribe. More videos are coming. All right, you guys, thank you so much for spending some time with me. Have a good day. See you in my next video. Bye.